In this video, I'm going to show how to instantly relieve pinched nerve pain in the hip and the leg. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over really easy exercises that are going to quickly take pressure off pinched nerves that can cause hip and leg pain. And these exercises are going to cover all bases, going over the major causes of this, including from bulging or herniated discs all the way to muscle imbalances such as gluteal or piriformis syndrome. Each one of these exercises works differently. They're going to be shown in different positions and target different muscles. To get the best results, go through them all and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. Here's an easy exercise that we can do in bed or on a floor. Just lie flat on your back like this. The first thing that we're going to do are target the hip muscles. So we're going to put our feet together and gently press our heels down into the floor until we feel a light activation of those muscles around the hips, targeting the glutes or the buttocks. From here, we're going to take our knees and press them down towards the floor as much as we can until we feel a deep stretch forming on our inner thighs working towards the groin into the hips. Once we feel that, we're going to hold this for a second or two. We're going to bring our legs back together, and then just like a butterfly flapping its wings, we're going to go down and up 15 to 20 times, and with each repetition, try to go down a little bit more. Afterwards, relax, see how you feel. If it's helping out, but there's still some pain or tightness left, keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose. But let's take this one to the next level and really focus on the leg a little bit more, especially targeting the whole sciatic nerve pathway. So for this one, we're going to start with our legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. Whatever side that you're having the most hip and leg pain, let's say it's our right side, what you want to do is take your hands and grab right behind that side's knee and keep your knee bent roughly at 90 degrees. What you're going to do is slowly pull your knee towards your chest until you feel a really light stretch forming around the glutes, around the hip, and also the back of the thigh. And with this one, only a light stretch. If you feel any pain or discomfort, back off slightly. At that point, what you're going to do is now slowly straighten your knee and point your toes straight up towards the ceiling. You want to build into a stretch where it's almost to the point where if you went a little bit further with it, it would cause pain or discomfort. So you want to build into this one as much as you can. At that point, you're going to hold this and now take your foot and act like you're pumping into a gas pedal. So press into it like this. You're going to feel that stretch form all the way down into the calf muscles towards the foot. Hold this for a second. You're going to then go in the opposite direction and do this pumping motion back and forth 5 times. You're going to release it, take a breather, and repeat this 5 to 10 times. And again, with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Here's a really good exercise that we can do seated. What you're going to do is start with very good upright posture. Just have your back nice and straight. Whatever side that you're having hip or leg pain, let's say it's our right leg, you want that leg straight, heel on the floor, toes pointed towards the ceiling. Other knee is just going to go bent at 90 degrees. With this one, I like to grab off to the side of the chair too for support. So the first movement is really straightforward. We're going to gently press our heel down into the floor until we feel a light activation of the muscles around the hip, targeting the glutes or the buttocks. What you're going to do from there is slowly press your foot away, kind of like pressing into a gas pedal. Do this slowly because you're going to feel a deep stretch form across your hip, working down your thigh towards the calf muscles all the way towards the toes. With this one, I like to hold it for a couple seconds, release it, and now slowly bring my foot and toes back towards me. You're going to feel a little bit different of a stretch, but really target all of those leg muscles. Again, hold this comfortably for a second or two. And then just as a nice fluid movement, you're going to press away and towards you over and over again for 5 to 10 repetitions. Afterwards, relax. See how you feel. If it's helping out, but you still need a little bit more, keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose. But let's take this one to the next level and focus on getting a much deeper stretch that's going to open up that whole sciatic nerve pathway throughout the leg. For this one, what I'm going to do is slowly press my heels towards the floor, get that initial activation of those hip muscles. We're going to hold this and now slowly bring our toes back towards us until we feel those calf muscles start to fire. We're going to hold that, and then we're going to take our chin slowly towards our chest and then slowly slump forward, or just simply round your upper back, lowering your chest towards the floor. Do this slowly because you are going to feel a deep, intense stretch across the hip, down the leg, all the way towards the foot. I like to build into this one as much as I can, to the point where if I went a little bit further with it, it would start to cause discomfort. So go right up to that point, but if you do feel discomfort, back off slightly. And now you want to hold this one longer, about 5 to 10 seconds. Release it, repeat this 5 to 10 times. But go through both of these movements. If you find that one is just helping out a little bit more, at that point, keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. Here are a couple standing exercises that can offer instant relief. For this one, all we're going to need is a wall. So for the first one, we're going to do what is called a wall lean. What you want to do is put your feet together, spaced roughly about a foot, foot and a half away from the wall. And for this one, you want the painful side away from the wall. So I'm going to demonstrate what to do if you're having left-sided hip and leg pain. You're going to take your arm on the side closest to the wall, bend it at 90 degrees, and then you're just going to lean into the wall so your shoulder and elbow are flush against it. During this exercise, it's really important not to lift your shoulder off the wall. Treat it like a suction cup so it's stuck to that wall. Instead, all movement is going to come through our hips. Let's take the hand on the painful side, place it right on our hip, and now slowly press our hips towards that wall. Do this slowly because you are going to feel a deep stretch in your lower back that works towards the hips. At this point, I like to build into it as much as I can, and once I feel that deep stretch, I hold this comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. And during that time period, just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. Release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. To make this one a little bit deeper of a stretch, all you have to do is walk your feet a little bit further from the wall. So let's take this one to the next level and target some more muscles, and let's see if we can get some more relief. So for this one, I'm going to do what is called the step back, and whatever side that you're having the most pain or discomfort, that side is going to be towards the back. So I'm going to demonstrate what to do on the left side. We're going to start in a wide scissored stance like this. Take this front foot and slowly turn it inward as much as you can until you feel a really good activation of the muscles around the hip. And then you're going to do the same with this back foot. At this point, we're now going to slowly lean backward, placing all of our body weight onto this back foot. You are going to feel a deep stretch across the glutes, the buttocks, around the hip, but also towards the back of your thigh. At this point, we're going to hold it and now put our arms in front of us, kind of overlap like a genie position, and we're going to slowly turn through our lower back and waist towards that painful side. Do this slowly because you are going to feel a deep opening stretch targeting the glutes and the piriformis muscle, huge instigators of sciatica pain in the hip and the leg. I like to hold this one for about 5 seconds, release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, trying to build into it just a little bit more. And for good measure, I would do this on both sides just to help keep everything nice and loose. Here's an exercise that's a little bit more advanced, but it's going to quickly take pressure and tension off the sciatic nerve pathway as it travels through your hip and throughout your leg. What we're going to do is lie flat on our back in bed or on a floor. Have your legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. Whatever side that you have the most pain or discomfort, let's say it's our right side, take that side's ankle and place over your other side's knee. So when you look up, it should look like a figure 4. What we're going to do first is take this bent knee and slowly press it away from us. But don't use your hands. Instead, use your leg and hip strength, because the more that you press into this, the more that you're going to feel the muscles around the hip, targeting the glutes or the buttocks, start to fire. Build into this one as much as you can. Hold it comfortably for about 20 to 30 seconds. And during that time period, just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. You're going to release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. So to get a little bit deeper of a stretch with this one, what you can do is add in a rocking motion with your hips. So let's press that knee away from us, hold this, and then slowly rock from side to side. Go towards the left and also towards the right. If you notice any of those movements or positions are helping out a little bit more, keep building into that movement over and over again until everything is nice and loose. But let's take this one to the next level and focus on getting a really deep stretch. So for this one, I'm just going to get back into my original position, but I'm not going to have my knee pressed away. I'm going to take my hands and go through the opening formed by my legs and grab this back leg right behind my knee. And what you're going to do is slowly pull this back leg towards you until you feel a deep opening stretch on the painful side. We're going to hold this one again for about 20 to 30 seconds, release it, repeat it about 3 to 5 times. And you can also add in those rocking motions. But I would go through all of these movements, target the ones that offer the most relief. And for good measure, even if the other side doesn't hurt, I do recommend throwing in a couple repetitions just to keep everything nice and loose. Here's a strengthening exercise that we can do daily for long-lasting pain relief. We're going to start lying flat on our back in bed or on a floor. Have your legs roughly hip-width apart, knees bent, feet flat. You're going to take your hands, put them off to your side for support. So the first thing that we're going to do is take our heels and gently press them down into the floor until we feel the muscles around the hips start to fire. We're going to hold this and now slowly press our hips upward towards the ceiling until our body roughly is in a straight line from our knees to our hips to our shoulders. You're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire. The core, your lower back, your butt, your legs. Hold this position for 5 seconds, release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 10 to 15 times. With each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. But if you want to take this one to the next level and target more of the muscles around the hips, this is what we can do. Let's put our feet together, gently press our heels downward towards the floor until we feel that activation of those hip muscles. But we're going to take our knees and slowly press them down towards the floor as much as we can. You should feel a really good stretch forming on your inner thighs, working towards the groin, around the hips. And at that point, you're going to hold it and now slowly press your hips upward towards the ceiling. I usually feel an activation of the muscles on the outside of the hip with this one. But you're going to hold this for 5 seconds, release it. Again, try to repeat this 10 to 15 times. But if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.